Hello people of the verse and welcome to the channel. I am your host, the Eradicator, and in this video we are going to talk again about Star Citizen Alpha 3.12 PTU Evocati. And first, apparently it does seem that the Evocati test flight group now has changed a little bit and are divided into task forces in order to specifically test different parts of the game. And this is what the devs here are telling the Evocatis. They say that they are employing a new system to test complex features and gameplay. Temporary strike groups will be formed based on the specific needs of individual features, with those groups having limited access to build dedicated to the feature being tested. Strike groups are created out of your patterns of participation during regular Evocati, meaning that they're basically using the information that they're getting from the Evocati to see which types of Evocatis are playing which specific type of gameplay in order to see who is going to be the most suited for which particular task that I want to test, which I find interesting. It's a new approach, definitely, and maybe it is going to revolve to fix and find bugs more effectively. Maybe we'll see. For groups that require just players in a build, we will pull from those of you who have played the most. If we need detailed bugs reporting, we'll grab those with most participation in issue council. So very interesting. It seems like we are having some kind of Evocatis within the Evocatis. I have no idea why they are doing that. Do they have too many Evocatis, or is it perhaps because they want to avoid leaks? We know that's something that CIG doesn't like very much, to say the least, and they are trying to fight off, and that could be one of the reasons why they are doing that. Anyway, we'll definitely update on that as we have more information in the future. Let's have a look at the B patch now, Star Citizen 3.12.0 B, starting with the bug fixes. So players should no longer become stuck using vehicle ladders. The Aegis Avenger Series HUD should now open correctly when ship power is turned on. Asteroids should no longer spawn as 100% inner material, which is going to be great news here for miners who like to mine in asteroid fields, because they're finally going to be able to go back to their routine. Inner thought prompt should now correctly show for the freelancer's side door from the exterior. They fixed an issue that caused liquid to not appear in drinks in the PU. So we could drink, but it didn't seem like we were drinking anything. Players should no longer be able to see through the game world by positioning themselves between the door entry to hubs at rest stops. Oh, okay. Yeah, I think I remember. So that's kind of the old bug here that's being fixed. And they fixed 6 client crashes, 6 server crashes, multiple backend service crashes, and a main thread deadlock fixed. That's great. But there are still some known issues here. Players are unable to land and take off in some ships due to autopilot taking over at Lorville, and again we know that they have removed the splines at Lorville and Area 18. These two areas have always been very problematic. Again, CIG, I am calling for the removal of no-fly zones. Just give fines. If players want to fly over L19 hubs, give them a huge fine, impound the ship, get some turrets that are going to shoot them down, maybe. But the autopilot is just too much of a burden for the game, and it just doesn't work, so take it off. Multiple instances of social AI can be witnessed idling indefinitely. Well, that is also not new here. We have seen that for a very long time in the verse. Think of the barman, for example. The barman just standing there in T-pose indefinitely. We're just messing around the barman in various bars, and it just doesn't do anything. Glad that this is a known issue, so hopefully they're going to also fix that during that PTU phase. And pretty much all of the other bugs are from yesterday's patch notes as well, so nothing very serious. The testing focus is still the space station refinery decks, planetary visual improvements, restricted area rework again, Lagrange point space speaking updates, elevator panel updates, multi-tool tractor beam, ship entry identification, and mining UI refactor. No news so far as of what kind of gameplay will be in refinery decks. I haven't seen any leaks, I haven't seen any videos, and this gets me worried. Next, about the updates here. So they have a further polish past planetary painting assets. The head tracking option to toggle on and off position offsets in cockpits has been added, and they've also adjusted the placement of the Eclipse HUD to be more central, and they made slight updates to the Argo mold script placement for the mining UI refactor. There's also sound effect packs on the tractor beam multi-tool. So that's pretty much it for this patch note here. Pretty short, but again, it seems like quite a few serious bugs and crashes have been tackled, so looks like we are on track. Let's keep up with the good work, Evocatis. And now, guys, it is time to answer a question from one of the Patreons who follow me on the crowdfunding website Patreon. Mojo asks, end of question video, what are your thoughts about standalone ship purchases compared to game packet purchases? Well, I'll be frank with you, Mojo. I don't have much thoughts about that, simply because this is not something that I care much for. But this is what I'm going to say here, because that's one of your perks. You're asking the question, and I am very happy to be answering that question. As far as game packages go, I think that one of the possible future perks of buying game packages, despite having already a game package, is that, if I remember correctly, many years ago, I was going to say a couple of years ago, many years ago, CIG did say that in the future, game packages will get you access to AI companions. Like, you already have a game package, you have a second game package in your account, this game package can get you an AI companion. This is something that they said multiple times, but a long time ago, back in the 2013, 2014. Was this a trick to get people to buy game packages? Is this really something that they're still planning? You know, I have no idea. Which is why I don't really care. My thought is that if you think that a game package that includes several ships, for example, I'm thinking of the old Scoundrel pack, which included a lot of things. It included a Caterpillar, it included a Cutlass Black, it included a Mercury Star Runner, a Hawk, a Ranger, and a Dragonfly. I think that's all right, and that was for less than $700. That was a huge deal back in those days, because that package was worth quite more than that. Then in that case, if the game package offers great value for the money, then yeah, these are awesome and you should go for them. Otherwise, standalone ships, you know, if people want, again, the game needs funding because there's a lot of things to do. There's that new Montreal studio that is going to be built up to create all of those star systems. They need a lot of funding, so if people want to buy standalone ships, it is good for the projects. And well, these are my thoughts, Mojo. Thank you so much for asking, and if you want your question to be answered at the end of the show, just like Mojo, please check out the description, the links in the description down below for Patreon. Any help over there greatly contributes to making this channel better. Speaking of that, guys, now it's time to play a little message. This video is brought to you by the people who support this channel on Patreon and via the join button as well. Supporters of the channel get access to lots of cool perks, such as access to my private Discord, your question answered in the show, you get to know when I'm going to play, and also you get to have a chance to influence the editorial line of the channel. Any help is appreciated, starts at just $1 a month. Thank you very much for watching. This is The Eradicator, and I'll see you guys later.